All right, we're gonna be live. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. How are you, Paty?
I am fabulous. Super excited to connect with you. As always, always so many nuggets of new information and reminders to keep showing up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm so glad you scheduled this appointment because I've been looking forward to. I said this would be a great time to do this your interview. Let's talk about the Columbia retreat. Yep, yep. I say we got to do this. We got to do this. So I am super excited. So for right now, can you just introduce yourself?
Yes,
Your
thank you.
name, your name, where you're from, and what is your title? What do you do? Just get some information to our viewers.
Yes. Hey everyone, I am Paty Mariposa Hernandez, based in Miami, Florida, and I am known as the Inner Peace Alchemist, where I can help you transform your stress and trauma into inner peace.
Awesome. And Paty has spoken on our platform. She's a member of our community, Unity and Service, and she has spoken, been a member, been a part of Unity and Service for years. And she's definitely a great dynamic speaker, and her information that she shares is always going to be healthy for you. And if you listen and just take it all in, and what I love the most is that she does retreats. And this is what this interview is going to be about. We're going to talk a little bit about your retreat that's coming up. And I have gone on your previous retreat, and I think that was, where was it to? I forgot.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. I be wanting to say Puerto Rico, but I know that that's not right. But Costa Rica, and it was really nice. It was amazing. I did horseback riding. Oh my God, we had a ball. And the food that you served, because it was healthy food. She'll get into all of that later. But I'm telling you my experience when I went to Costa Rica. It was a place I'd never been, and that's one reason I love to travel with Paty, is because she take me to places, takes all of us that go to places that we have not gone. And that's one of the main purposes of connecting and meeting the right connections, because you're going to always get what you need or even what you desire. And when we went to Costa Rica, I had a good time. We did a lot of yoga, we did meditation, we did some people I think did zip lining, if I'm not sure, but either way,
Yeah.
they did. I remember. I think I missed it. I didn't get there on time to do the zip lining. I did the horseback riding because that was something I really wanted to do. Oh my God. And we had pictures I posted on social media and all of my network. They loved it. They said, I feel like I'm on the trip with you. I said, great. That's exactly how I want them to feel. Why? Because we have to take our audiences with us, our viewers, because it lets them see the real side of who we are. And when they see who we are personally on a personal note, then of course, in my own opinion and from my own experience, that's when they start to invest in your services. And so, Paty, my first question to you is going to be this: what is the overall vision and purpose of the Colombian retreat? And what transformation do you hope that your participants will experience by the end of the 10-day retreat? So tell us a little bit about that retreat. Come on.
That is definitely a powerful question and very important. The purpose of this retreat and the intention is that it's a sacred guided journey. So we're going to really help to connect each person individually through back to themselves. So, like you said, it is taking people on a journey. However, a lot of times it's also inviting you to reconnect with yourself. So, there's going to be a lot of opportunities where we're in group settings and also time where you can be on your own. Because a lot of times we're so busy and connected to our devices and to people and activities and things to do and our calendars. And this retreat is an opportunity not to run away from it, it's simply to take a step back, to pause, to breathe, to incorporate variety of techniques such as meditation, Reiki, going on nature walks, mindfulness, really coming back to the basics. And when you come back to the basics, and when I say basics, it's being out in nature, being connected to the water, being connected to the night sky, right? And just stargazing. When was the last time you stargazed, right? And just really being in the elements and enjoying. And part of what we also like to do in the Columbia retreat or in the international retreats altogether is also getting to know the locals. So we're going to be doing a lot of activities that the locals do, right? That's
Wow.
going visiting. So if you've ever bought flowers, for example, and you may have noticed that they say from Colombia, or Colombia as I say it, well, we're going to actually spend the day at a flower farm. And we're
Oh,
going to also ride what's called a chiva, which is a big party bus. And we're going to be driving it around the town and just really enjoying life, enjoying live music, the people, the connections. And most importantly, we're doing this with local guides, guides that are
oh,
bilingual. And so
nice.
they're going to be educating us about the history of every location that we're going to be going to.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. And tell us a little bit about the food.
The food, yes. Well, we're going to have a balance. Though part of the food that we're going to be eating in one of the main locations that we're going to be staying at, which is called Entre Mundos, which is in between worlds. And we're going to have a chef there that will be making locally prepared food. However, I'm also going to be encouraging and inviting them to have more vegetables and
Yeah.
different colors because they're not known for eating a lot of vegetables in their plate on their plates. Though however, because they are also used to other people coming there doing different retreats or activities, they're definitely bring more fruits, whatever that I ask. And we are going to also visit local restaurants
Oh,
that we're going to have like scenic views, kind of like what we have here in the background. We're going to be eating food that's prepared in a wood fire. So just like the locals eat, but again, it's always going to be food that's very well prepared, that's with hygiene taken care of. We're not going to just be buying food or eating food just right off the street, meaning like in a local location where, because I want to make sure that everybody is taken care of and making sure that people are feeling safe wherever we decide to eat. So those restaurants have already been chosen and identified so that we can have a really good place. And then the people like you will be able to choose what you want. So if you want a vegetarian plate, you can have that. If you want meat, which they definitely eat a lot of, then you can create what it is that you want.
wow. And who cooks the food?
Well, in Entre Mundos, there's a local chef. It's a woman, and she'll have a helper that will be preparing the meals. And so, again, we'll have the menus already identified before we get there. And then on the other end, when we go to local restaurants, they'll be prepared by the what we call los cocineros or the cooks that promote or work in those restaurants.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Wow.
So a
This,
little bit different from Costa Rica, where everything was prepared there on site. We're going to have a balance of both.
does that mean I'll get to eat fried chicken?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Because I know the last time we went to Costa Rica when I went with you, The food that you served was certainly different for my taste buds, but it was
Yes.
healthier. It was healthier. And that was one of the reasons I went, because I knew that I would be doing something different that was much needed in my life at that time. You know, I needed to understand and better understand good
Of
eating,
course.
if you will, or other foods that I could eat that are healthier for me. And I want you to know I did get some meat along the way. It was great. The food was different, but I can say it was certainly filling, and it was good. It was good. It was good for me, and that was definitely what's important about doing things that we dream of, because
Yes.
we want to have the experience, and sometimes the experience alone is worth the finances, that we pay to make these things happen in our life. But I want you to know that I lost weight when I went over there. I lost some weight. When I came back, I said, oh my God, I lost some weight.
Yeah.
So that in and of itself spoke volumes, and that in and of itself also is what also let me know I was with a good team, first of all, with you and your team, and I met some awesome people, and also it made me want to go back again, because it was very well rounded. We got
Hmm.
the activities I wanted to do, and we had the food, and oh my God, it was really, oh my God, and staying in those cabanas was the bomb. Anyway, this is supposed to be
Yeah.
your interview. So this is supposed to be your interview. So I'm gonna stop talking and ask you another question.
Yes. Well, I definitely, as I was creating this retreat and planning out where we're going to go, definitely kept you in mind, because one of the things that you taught me in Costa Rica is to show up, be active, let people know where we are. And a lot of the places that we're going to be going to are definitely picturesque. There's a lot of places, like, for example, one of the places is Santorini, Colombia, which is basically a Greek version in Colombia. And so they have a lot of buildings and structures that are blue and white, just like in Greece, but we're in Colombia. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities where you can share with the audience where we are, what we're doing, and there's also going to be an opportunity where I'm going to invite everybody. I'm just telling you now, and as well anybody else that comes on, there's going to be at least one part of the retreat that I'm going to recommend. Never tell anybody you can't do it, but recommend no devices, to really be tuned in. And that's going to be what in the middle of the retreat, where we're going to be participating in very sacred and spiritual activities. And so it's going to be really important that everybody stays present within oneself, because that's where we're going to grow a lot. And one of the activities we're going to be also doing, which is always optional, is called the Temascal, which is really a sweat lodge. So
Ooh.
you go in and you're releasing a lot of stuff. And some people have also physically released weight because they've released a lot of junk that they were carrying, that they said, I'm ready to let go.
Oh, wow. That is so interesting. Yeah. Well, the device part, I may have to cancel my trip.
Like I said, it's going to be a
I'm
small
just kidding.
part.
I'm just kidding. I gotta have social media. I want to show them what I'm doing on those. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're absolutely right. The Bible even says that there's a time and a season for everything.
Yeah.
And even in the mornings, sometimes in the mornings, I read my Bible. It's on my phone. All my apps are on my phone. And I lay there in the bed for hours, before I get up, at least a couple hours before I actually hit the floor, because everything's on my phone. My
Yes.
Bible is right there. So we always want to start our day with prayer and meditation.
Yes.
And even during the course of the day, we want to be prayerful. We want to be mindful, and stay spiritually connected. So I'm definitely excited about that part of it, Patty, because we can do nothing if we don't bring our higher power, I choose to call him God, into our lives and into what we do. And that is what gets us to that maximum. We meet the maximum plateau that we are looking for. And I just thank God so much for that. So I'm good with that, honey. I'm good with that. My next question to you is going to be, who is the ideal attendee for this retreat? And what makes this experience different from other retreats that are available today? What makes yours so special? Let's talk about it.
Well, what I've mentioned, it is spiritual in nature. So if somebody, and when I say spiritual, it's not, we're not going to be promoting any specific spirituality practice. We're going to have invitations where one of the things, like you just said, is beginning the day with prayer. And that can mean something different for each person. So every morning we are going to start with either meditation, or we're going to start with yoga or some kind of movement or walking, things to really, again, help us to get centered, help us to reset every day. And every night, we're going to wrap up with just like you've experienced, a group Reiki meditation. So this is perfect for anybody who's looking for that sacred, and when I call it sacred, is just that time to oneself reset. This is open to people of all genders, although no children are invited. Now, leave your kids behind. This is anyone 18 and over who's open to a balance of spirituality with adventure and fun and wanting to connect with people who are open-minded. So everyone who's coming is on a different path of life, but we all have one thing in common. And that what's in common is the importance of community, of networking, and sharing ideas. And of course, having fun. Now, the adventures that we're going to be going on, they differ. Everything is available on the website, which you'll see it next to my name. And it's broken down day by day. So that way you see, okay, day one, what are we doing? Day two, breaking it down. So for those of you who want to know what are we doing, well, it's there and we're going to be preparing you. Yeah, I'm not going to create this custom day, hour by hour itinerary. So if you're really wanting that, this is not the retreat for you, because a lot of it is going to be in the flow. Some days we might be saying, okay, we're going to do this, and maybe the order shifts depending on the weather, depending on situations. It's also an opportunity to educate yourself about Colombia. One of the things that people constantly have this myth is that Colombia, which is a huge country, is dangerous. And I want to share with you that yes, there are parts that are dangerous. And there are a lot of areas, especially the ones that we're going to, that are very peaceful and that they're calm and they're protected. We're going to always be with local tour guides. They're going to be with us every step of the way. And we're going to also have private transportation, except for one day where we're going to be in Medellin, the city of Medellin, and we're going to be going through the gondolas and the metro movers or the metro rails, or they call it just the metros. So we're going to be traveling like the locals and always in a very safe way. So again, this is perfect for anyone who wants to experience leaving the country, traveling with a group that's safe and secure, learning new ways or practicing ways for nervous system regulation, and really getting to know more of who they are, so that when you come back to your regular life, whatever that looks like, you're going to have more tools and techniques to help you manage stress in a natural and holistic way.
That is so amazing. That is so, so, so amazing, Patty. I love, love, love. I'm ready to go right now. But at any rate, I'm going to ask you another question. And thank you so much for letting everybody know that the link to your event is right below. If you can point right there below your screen, right there, y'all. It's right there. You see it? Her link, Mariposa Holistic
Retreat.com.
Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. How many more spots do you have available?
Only 2. That's it. I'm capping it at 10.
We did it. Oh, that's almost there. We're there. We're there. God is going to do the rest. Okay, so y'all check it out. Check it out. And y'all come join us on this amazing, amazing experience. And I have one more question for you to ask you today. And that is, if someone is considering attending, but is still on the fence, what would you say is the one experience or takeaway that makes this retreat worth their investment?
Sounds great. Well, one of the things too, also in regards to investment, is it's all inclusive. So once you get to Colombia, apart from airfare is on your own. Once you get to Colombia, everything is taken care of for you. We are taking care of all the lodging. We're taking care of all the food. We're taking care of transportation. We're taking care of tips for the tour guides as well as the drivers. You want to go shopping? That's on your own. If you want to buy extra food or alcohol, that's on your own. But everything else is taken care of for you. So you don't have to plan anything, just the time to get there and the time to leave. And that's the magical part of this retreat. So if you're on the fence, well, one, let's have a conversation, right? Let's talk about it. And what is it that you're looking for, right? Is there a fear because somebody put in your head that it's dangerous, or you're worried about getting mugged, anything like that? Let's have a conversation about that. And I can guarantee you this is gonna be probably the safest trip abroad that you've probably taken, or even in the US. I know I've had I've actually had more issues in Miami. I've been robbed at gunpoint. I've been, like, all kinds of things have happened in Miami, and when I've traveled, not so much, because I'm much more careful and protective in the way that I travel. And that's what's going to happen. So if you're also looking at, well, what about the investment? Is that something? Well, right now I'm going to extend the early bird pricing. We have a private room available at 2,700, or shared room at 2,430. And again, that's everything included, including health insurance in Colombia. So if anything happens, we'll be able to ensure that you can get to a local hospital, clinic, to make sure that you get taken care of. And I have not seen any other retreat that offers that.
Wow, that's amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. All of your questions have been answered, and I am really ready to go. Oh, wow.
Well, that is definitely a
I
Colombian
am
hat for
ready to
sure.
take off and to leave today to go to this amazing, amazing retreat. And I'm just so excited that I had you on today, because you certainly answered quite a few things that I did not know. And I'm just so grateful for this. This is just I'm just excited. So I'm telling you, I'm going on this retreat because
Yeah.
I have worked entirely all year. And when you announced this retreat, I knew God, He didn't have to tell me, but I already know. That's it. That's going to be my celebration for the year. And
Yes.
why? Because I deserve it. And I deserve a break, and I deserve a vacation.
Yes.
And our team, as you well know, every event that we've had this year, monthly events, is a lot of work, and
Yeah.
not just on my part, but on the part of the people like yourself as the speakers, because you have things going on, and you still have to kind of stick to that commitment, and that kind of puts more on our plate. But we ask God to give us more, and He does just that. And the beautiful part about it is, because when we start connecting, just like you and I, we began to pour into each other. So I'm super excited to join you on this retreat. And I can certainly say from the previous retreat, you are definitely an awesome and amazing host and organizer for retreats. And I want to just point out to everybody before I close, to make sure they understand that, because you're right, people hear rumors all the time, but rumors are everywhere about everything we do. If anything that's good, you're gonna hear something negative. If you look for it, that's just the way it is. Even on Google.
Yep.
But what I wanted to stress to them is to make sure that they heard you when you said we will have a personal guide. That's a bonus, ladies and gentlemen. That's a bonus,
Yes.
and we will be together at all times. So
Yes.
I just wanted to make that clear. So we look forward to you all joining us. Again, she says she has 2 spots available. And Paty, would you like to close? Is there anything you want to say in your closing?
Yes, I look forward to having you in Colombia. I'm so excited. We're going to have such a great time. If Colombia is on your bucket list, join us. It's going to be a really safe way to go to Colombia. You're going to learn a lot about the history of Colombia, the area that we're going to, and we're going to be visiting many different places that you may not be able to visit on your own because you don't have the access that we do, thanks to the local guides that will be traveling with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that final message. And ladies and gentlemen, again, I thank you so much, Patty, for being with us today. It has been a joy to have you. And with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close, and we're going to make sure that we get this information out across the social media platforms, because that's what entrepreneurs do when they speak with us in our podcast interviews, even on our speaking platforms. We make sure that we give you more visibility on you and your brand. So I've already posted this on LinkedIn. It's already posted on Facebook, and I got to go back and engage and see if it came out, and I'll tag you. So much for